Hello, folks, and welcome to the Nacho Show. A person of what the heck is Latinx? A, a person of Latin America origin or descent, used as a gender neutral or non binary alternative to Latino or Latina. Such terms I refuse to accept. Hispanics usually refer to people with background in a Spanish-speaking country, while Latino is typically used to identify people from Latin America. Research centers has been conducted a survey, and they found that only 23% of US adults who self-identify as Hispanic or Latino had heard of the term Latinx. Of those, 65% said that the term Latinx should not be used to describe them, with most preferring terms such as Hispanic or Latino. Folks, why does the left try to infiltrate on every single concept of society? We must stop this madness. What the heck is Latinx? This and more we will talk about here at the Nacho Show. And welcome to the Nacho Show, folks. It is July 21st, and we are celebrating the Nacho Show's first anniversary of being awesome. I started the show last year, and there were a couple of things that needed to be fixed as far as the name is concerned, but we got that to be the Nacho Show. There are so many things that happened throughout this year, and I definitely thank each and one of you for listening and being here with me. So I definitely appreciate that, and I appreciate every single person that has accepted to be here on my show to proclaim truth. And this is what I really want to do: proclaim truth and being able to share good information, through the guests that I bring here in the show. July is my year anniversary of the Nacho Show, and I really would love to thank you and thank our Heavenly Father for allowing me to being able to get this show going. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is the term Latinx. And I hear that on posts on Facebook, and I hear that everywhere on YouTube as well. And it bothers me. It bothers me beyond belief. And we will go ahead and talk about this with my special guest today, and his name is Arturo Morales. How are you, Arturo?
Good. How you doing, Nacho? Congratulations on your show, your first anniversary. You're doing a tremendous job. So you're awesome.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
so
me
much.
here, by the way.
You are very welcome. Well, thanks so much for being here, and I love to choose my guests carefully, and obviously you've been selected by the gods.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm honored.
And the many reasons why I have you here as a guest is because we've known each other for a while, for a long while, and you've done a fantastic job, being in the Republican Party, and you are a great conservative and a great patriot. So I definitely consider you a great friend and a great individual, to ask these types of questions. And we really would love for the audience to uh, basically just to analyze this a little bit more, and in terms of normality, I should say. And I said in my introduction that the term Latinx bothers me so much. Um, how do you feel about? I mean, if somebody's like talking about Latinx, what do you think about this term?
Yeah, thank
How
you
do you
for
feel about it?
that's a great question. Let me say that many years ago, it's almost 30 years ago when I came to the United States.
Mhm.
I had many people that I got to know, and they suggested. that I will go to church, to a place where I could meet my kind of people.
Mm.
And it bothered me. I was just like, what do you mean with my kind of people?
That
Right?
didn't sound good.
Right. Didn't really go very well with me. And I thought, well, maybe I don't speak English well enough. Maybe I need to learn more. Maybe people don't understand me. Maybe it will be easier for me to communicate with some other people, and maybe they are right. Maybe I need to go to a Latin word or a Hispanic word or Spanish speaking. And I thought maybe that is the right approach. And Sunday came, and I sat on my bed thinking that morning, wait a minute, I am in this country to be part of this country,
Hmm.
to be part of society. I don't want to be. I don't want to segregate myself. I
Yeah,
don't want to be put in a corner. I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to have a label. I
agree.
thought that this was the land of the free and the home of the brave. And I thought, wait a minute, I have to be brave enough to step out of my comfort zone and be one of the many, rather
Hmm.
than being cornered with a label. Few weeks ago, I was at a political event, and
Uh-huh.
somebody that I have known in the political arena for a long time uh, uh, saw me, and they introduced me to his wife, and he says, "Hey, this is my Mexican friend." And I said, "Wait a minute." I told him, I don't like to be labeled like a Mexican friend. Do I need to have that? And I told him that, by the way, and his wife was like taken aback. Uh, yes, she tells her husband, why do you refer to him as your Mexican friend? Are you going to refer to your other friends as American, African friends, or Caucasian friends and
Uh,
Asian friends? Is why do we need to divide people? And that is exactly the point. The left uses these type of labels to divide people because they want to assign values to us, and we can be identified with specific type of values, and then
mhm,
they can use their message, their dividing message, and isolate us from the rest of the country. That is a very dangerous path. It's a very I don't agree with it. It bothers me as much as bothers you. And I think
mhm.
that it is our job as Latinos or as Hispanics, um, as Americans,
Yeah,
to say, wait a minute, I don't want to be identified with that label. I am an American first and foremost, who happens just to be from Hispanic origin or Latino origin, but it
mm,
shouldn't really matter because in this country we always talk about the melting pot, and that is a concept that I appreciated a long time ago. I don't want to be part of the salad tray where you put your tomatoes here and your green vegetables over there and your sauce over here in the middle. I don't want to be part of that. I want to be part of the melting pot and just be one of the many.
agree. Yeah, 100% right there with you. And yeah, as much as I don't know if you've heard this book called "The Emperor Has No Clothes," and I think I'm gonna have to make an episode about that book because it's very illustrative, and he talks about how um I don't know. You will have to wait until I make this episode about this because it's very comparative to what we're living right now, and just like you said, I'm 100% on board on, we are here and we are Americans. Yes, so we do have our heritage, and yes, it's something that we do appreciate, because that made us who we are. However, we came to America and we blend here. We speak the language. Obviously, accents don't matter. I really don't care as long as people can understand me. That's all I care about. you know but one thing about Latinx, that I've been seeing is that it is being used as gender neutral or non-binary alternative to Latinos or Latinas. And whenever I go on Facebook, I see posts, like from, big corporations, like advertising their products on like Cinco de Mayo, or on any Mexican holiday or whatever. They say Latinx, and oh my gosh, you should like read all of the responses from Hispanics. They even throw swears at them because like what the heck is Latinx? Yes, they want to be able to have their inclusion and their perspective about like those people exist. And I want to let you know something. Yes, they do exist. People that that are mentally ill, that think that they are a woman, or they are a man, or whatever, that they are something that they're not. And this I have talked about in other episodes, is that um and this is my perspective about this. Like, if if you're a male, and if you think you're a woman, then you're mistaken. There's something going on up here. And if you are an adult, and if you think you are an 8-year old child, then there's something going on up here. If you are an adult, and if you want to wear diapers, which is something that we've been seeing lately. And that's not all. I mean, that's not new whatsoever. It's been happening for a long time. But now they've been wanting to kind of like gather all those perspectives, and cluster them into one, and form a big movement about this, and shatter the society in a very bad way. So, and that's what makes me so upset, is because, I mean, you come here, and you want to start a movement that doesn't make sense, and it's just not hurting the US whatsoever. It is hurting Latin America, like you have no idea. I'm sure you've seen the news up there. And there's a book that was launched back in 2016 that talks exactly about this. It is called The New Left. It is an Argentinian author, which I really hope I can invite here on my show. And it's basically, it talks about how the perspectives of how the left back in the days they used to use. I mean, it's right now. It is not about that much about being poor or rich, because how communism, they have tried to stir the hearts, towards those that make money. I mean, it is being used right now, but not as much. But now what they're being using right now is the fact that like homosexuals are not being accepted, or blacks are not being accepted, or things like that. In another episode, I got I had a guest. Her name is Shi Van Fleet. She's from China,
Hmm.
and she mentioned something very 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 similar to this. And also another gentleman from Venezuela, that the left uses small movements, that they make something big out of something small, and they take over the media, they take over everything, and they try to change the mentality of people, and then that way they can bring forth their communism into people. And that's something that us conservatives, we're fighting against. And I mean, we fought this fight physically already, but now it is not so much a physical anymore. it is more of a mentality type of war.
You are absolutely right. I am first and foremost a Christian person, and
Hmm.
I believe in the Bible, and
Hmm.
I believe that God can't be wrong, created man and woman,
Yeah.
and that's who we are by birth. We are gender identified. I am a man, and you're a woman. The left moving into a gender neutrality, it is basically moving into this new era of transgender. Um,
Hmm.
and you're right. I don't know why people have certain preferences, but I am not one of them. I don't want to be labeled a gender neutral person. I am
Hmm.
Arturo. I am a man,
Hmm.
and I believe that everybody feels the same way. If you speak to Hispanics, um, they refuse to be
Hmm.
identified or allow those labels to be imposed upon them.
Yeah.
Um, you're absolutely right. The left wants you to believe that you should be thinking one specific way because you are of this racial origin or ethnic group, and you should be thinking that way. And if you're not thinking like they expect you to think, then there's something wrong with you. They want to
Yeah.
make you feel uncomfortable, so that you conform to what they believe that you should be thinking. Um,
Hmm.
they are masters of doing that, but I believe that is up to you and me, everybody that comes from a different country that has an accent, as you say. It's funny because a few months ago I was invited to speak at this event, and I told people, hey, this is the part of the program where people wonder what's wrong with the sound system. And there's nothing wrong with the sound system. Is my accent. But that accent is the accent of legal immigration.
Yeah.
The accent of the American system works. Is the accent of the American dream. That is the accent that makes this country very unique. Some months ago, I was visiting China, and I was meeting with the owner of a very big factory over there, and,
Hmm.
and then she tells me, so you don't look American. Like, well, I don't know what you mean by that, but hey, I was born and raised in Mexico, and sure, I immigrated to the United States some years ago, but yes, I am an American. But you don't look American. Like, okay, tell me what American is supposed to look like. And he said, well, I believe that is tall, white, blonde, blue eyes. You're like, well, have you ever watched the NBA? And have you ever watched the PGA? Or have you ever watched any other professional sports? There's people from all different ethnic origins
Yeah.
are Americans. I told her, you could be an American. She says, no, 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 I am Chinese. Yes, you are Chinese. But if you were to immigrate to the United States, you will be an American too. In other
Yeah.
words, this country is made up of people from all different backgrounds. But the one thing that unites us is that feeling of wanting to belong to one place. And in order for us to belong to that one place as
Hmm.
Americans, we need to be united behind one language, which is
Yeah.
English, behind one flag. And I love this flag. And we all should be singing the national anthem, because that's the one thing that unites every single one of us. And this constitution, by the way, which is ironic because the Declaration of Independence starts with
Hmm.
the people.
Yeah.
The people is not addressing, say, hey, we of European descent, or we colonizers, of English origin, of French origin. It says, no, we, the people, because that's the one
Hmm.
thing we have in common. We are all one nation. Uh, we it is incumbent upon us to make sure that we fight back, we push back against those labels and say, wait a minute,
Mhm.
that is not it. And the left loves using those labels and loves say, hey, we welcome our Hispanic friends, with our black friends, our Asian friends.
Mhm.
But guess what? They don't really want you to be independent. Think like yourself.
Exactly.
Think like they want you to think. You probably saw a few weeks ago when this new congressman from Texas, uh, who is of Hispanic origin,
Oh, Beto O'Rourke, something like that.
no, a congresswoman,
Oh, Congresswoman Mayra Flores.
Mayra Flores, thank you very much.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
awesome.
And then she went to DC, and obviously Nancy Pelosi wanted to meet with her. They're doing the photo op, and the daughter of Mayra is standing right next to Nancy Pelosi, and you see Nancy Pelosi elbowing him, pushing the daughter away from her on the photo op.
Wow.
It went viral that moment. That is exactly what I mean. The left likes to talk about Hispanics, how Hispanics are these and are awesome, but they don't want you to be independent. And by the way, they just like their own kind of people, and their own kind of people is people that think like them, they speak like
Mhm.
them, because they want to be in charge. And that the more they divide us, putting us in specific boxes, the more they can control the message.
Oh,
So yeah, absolutely disagree. Thank you for bringing that up.
yeah, my pleasure. And yeah, I mean, you mentioned, very important point here is that they still believe in segregation. They do, and the Democrat Party is the party of the KKK, and they do believe that they are the racist here. I mean, if you think about, if you think and see how they're steering the hearts of blacks about Black Lives Matter, and they want them to think that they're superior. I don't know if you've seen the videos of blacks imposing their requests. If you talk to a black person, no, I'm not going to fall into that crap. And then what about us? But it is what it is with the Democrats. I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break, and we will be right back, guys. And remember, you are watching the Nacho Show. Be right back.
Nacho Graphics is a professional graphic design company that offers unlimited graphic design services to small, medium, and large businesses. We pride ourselves on providing high-quality, affordable design services that are customized to meet the specific needs of our clients. Our team of talented designers is passionate about creating unique, eye-catching designs that will help your business stand out from the competition. Whether you need a new logo or marketing materials, we will work with you to create a custom solution that fits your needs and exceeds your expectations. At Nacho Graphics, we understand that each company has different graphic design needs. That's why we offer an unlimited graphic design service that can be customized to fit the specific needs of your business. We believe that great design should be accessible to all businesses, regardless of size. So, if you're looking for a graphic design company that can provide you with high-quality custom designs at an affordable price, look no further than Nacho Graphics. Contact us today to learn more about our unlimited graphic design services and how we can help your business grow. Check out our website, www.nachographics.com, or call 801-869-0523.
As a small business owner, you know that having a website is crucial to your success. But what you may not know is that designing and developing a website can be expensive. That's where Solidify Web comes in. Solidify Web offers affordable website design and development that will produce a website that is clean and tailored to fit your business needs. Plus, we offer search engine optimization services to help you obtain top rankings for your desired search terms, driving qualified leads to your site. Creating a website for your business is one of the most important things you can do in today's economy. Your website is your storefront and first impression for many potential customers. It is crucial that you have a clean, fresh, and well-designed website that represents your business the best way possible. We can create a stunning website for you that is both easy to use and navigate and ranks high in search engines. Contact us today to learn more about how we can help you take your business to the next level. As a physician, Dr. Robinson personally treated thousands of patients for their accident-related injuries, and as such, has an in-depth understanding of your physical complaints and injuries. It was at this time that Dr. Robinson discovered the difficulties of dealing with auto insurance companies. We know how difficult it can be for someone to handle their own case. Our personal injury law firm is dedicated to helping others navigate the difficulties involved in auto accident injuries, slip and fall injuries, brain injuries, trucking accidents, dog bite injuries, pedestrians and wrongful death cases. Why handle it alone? You can now have a law firm with not only legal experience, but also medical experience. Our attorneys and staff are focused on achieving the best possible outcome for you. Get what you deserve. At the Robinson Injury Law, you will be able to speak directly with your attorney. You may be just a number with other law firms and auto insurance companies, but at Robinson Injury Law, your case is our priority. Robinson Injury Law. Helping accident injury victims is all we do. Call today for a free consultation to see if you have a case. Utah 801-845-HURT-4878.
The Elliott Group Way is a philosophy to elevate the merchant services industry and increase the trust factor between merchants and processors by offering consultative, local, and proactive customer care to help you grow your business and to reach your goals. We do things differently around here. Not only do we provide top-level products and services that work, we are your partner and ensure you affordable merchant services with our best rate guarantee. On top of that, we offer next-day funding so you can have peace of mind knowing your money will be in the bank quickly. When you choose EMG, you're choosing a partner that cares about your success. Let us show you the EMG way today. We also offer next-day funding so you can get your money as soon as possible. In addition, we offer a cash discount program so you can save money on your merchant services. So, if you're looking for an effective merchant services company that can provide you with low fees, contact us today to learn more about our merchant services at 801-362-2968.
And we are back here at the Nacho Show. Thanks so much for being here. It's a beautiful day, man. Ogden, Utah, here in the house, baby. I feel like a rapper now.
It's a beautiful day, but for sure. I love summer.
Yeah, summer is definitely fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I definitely appreciate you. We're back from the commercial break, and a couple of days ago, there was something that happened and went viral with. On social media, is that Jill Biden called Hispanics breakfast tacos. Well, I laughed about it. I didn't feel offended, of course, but I mean, if that's how the left sees us, then so be it, right? But think about it. If that was Donald Trump, or if that was Ted Cruz, or, well, maybe not Ted Cruz, but if that was something from the right, it would have been like mega viral everywhere.
Remember 2012 when Mitt Romney was running for president, and they were accusing him of not having very many women in his organization, in his businesses. He says, wait a minute, I had binders of people or women that came and apply, and then they went after him for using the term
Uh-huh.
binders. And he's like, how dare you say binders of women? Absolutely.
Uh,
If that was a conservative leader, they will be just crucify him, and it offends me, to be honest. Few weeks ago, it has happened multiple times that I go to this place to order food, and as soon as they see me, they start speaking to me in Spanish.
mhm,
And I understand that Utah is a very diverse place, and there's a strong LDS presence, and because of this LDS presence, there's many return missionaries that have
mhm,
served in many parts of the world. So obviously, when they probably see somebody that looks Hispanic, they want to speak to them in Spanish. I
uh-huh.
understand that, but it bothers me that look they pay attention to the outer appearance of a person and label you immediately. And say, oh, you must be Hispanic, uh, and then they speak to you in Spanish. It bothers me because takes away the years. Sure, I have an accent. Sure, I don't have probably a very large vocabulary, but
Mhm.
please give me credit for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I do my very best to blend in and to speak the language. And I have spent many years trying to improve my vocabulary
Right.
so that I can be like everybody else. So I told this person, I told the man, I told him once, I can speak English, so please speak to me in English. But every
Yeah.
time when he's like, he just again, he will speak to me Spanish. It got to the point that I was really offended, and I thought, I'm not coming back to this place because if I have to keep repeating the same thing over and over, so I just called the manager. Say, hey, you know what? I don't want to get this person in trouble, but I want you to get my perspective.
Yeah.
Sure, I am Hispanic. Sure, as I am an immigrant. Sure, I'm learning the language. I don't have a perfect accent like everybody else that was born in this country. But give me
Mhm.
credit for the effort that I'm doing to do my best and blend in with everybody else. And they says,
Right.
you know why? You know what? I says I never thought about it that way. And if you hadn't called me and told me this, I would have never thought. And that yes, maybe we're alienating some people that they are doing, as you say, they are doing their very best. And I apologize. He invited me to have lunch for free. He says, hey, you don't have to do that. And but you know what? Next time I went over there, I was just recently, about 3 weeks ago, I went back to the same place. There was no more Spanish. And I thought, oh, well, this is awesome. So it, it was worth it. It was the right call to talk to this manager. And probably he addressed that person now. And I'm probably, by pushing back, I made a difference. Um, but that's what we need to do. We don't have to conform. We need to speak up. We need to stand up, and we need to speak often, pushing back against these labels because they don't sit well with me and they don't sit well
Mhm.
with the rest of my friends that I know that come from all over the world.
Agree. Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, is that there has to be out there a sense of respect, in regards of the efforts that you are making, for being here in the United States, because it's not easy. It's not easy being an immigrant. I mean, regardless of where you go, and regardless of how well you are accepted or not, as an immigrant. And I mean, the word accepted now has become very politicized. Everything that we say, it is being politicized. But being accepted, uh, in order for you to be able to blend here, like the salad. Then I love that analogy of the salad that you mentioned in the beginning. yeah, I mean, you're trying to blend it, you're trying to, bring the flavor into this melting pot and everything like that. But then again, how the sense of tribalism kind of like surges again, and that's something that I'm not willing to accept. If I'm here, if I speak English and if I am um, working, with the system, to get where I want to get, then I consider myself an American. I became a United States citizen, and I pay my taxes and everything like that. Definitely, that will make you an American.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it is. I have met people from many nations. I sell real estate, so I have helped many people buy their homes.
Hmm.
Um, some years ago, I remember there, and this was sad, by the way. It happened here in Utah.
Hmm.
I had his name is Paul, and I won't say his last name out of respect for privacy. But he came from Kenya, a black person, and then he tells me, "Do you know why I call you?" Like, no, I to be honest, I don't. He says, "Because I saw that your name was Arturo, and uh, and I knew that you were immigrant, or perhaps you have parents that were born here, but that you have a Hispanic origin." And they're like, "Well, yeah, I mean, my accent can tell you everything. I'm an immigrant." And then he says, "I knew you will relate to how I feel, and that's what I call you because I am a black man, and I have a Kenyan accent,
Hmm.
and I am an immigrant, and I want you to help me find a home. But I know that whenever I go see a house, all of a sudden the house is under contract. All of a sudden the house is no longer available. All of a sudden the house has been taken off the market." And
Hmm.
I realized that they didn't want me buying their home. So I want you to help me because I know that you probably had a similar experience. And I didn't have a similar experience, but I completely understood what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't want to exaggerate, but that is the truth. I showed him just about every single house available in his price range in Utah County, and he was right. Every time we showed up to preview the house, within half an hour or an hour, I will get a call. "Oh, the house is no longer on the market. Oh, we got another offer. We accepted this other offer." I had folders that were this thick of
Lists.
flyers from all different houses that we saw. Finally, he ended up telling me one day, "You know what, Arturo? I don't need to see the house. You go see the house. If you tell me that is a good house, if you know what I like, I'll buy it." I says, "No, Paul, we're not going to do that. I'm here to help you find what you want, and I'm
Hmm.
going to fight for you, and we're going to make it right." And you know what? We ended up building him a house, and that was a beautiful house. It was awesome. But we made his American dream come true because
Hmm.
we pushed back against those labels that whether I want you to be an American, but I don't want you in my neighborhood, or I want you to welcome to this country, but hey, maybe you can go to the next block.
Hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We need to help people understand that we all, whether ourselves directly or indirectly through our ancestors, came from a
Hmm.
different place to form this wonderful, beautiful nation. And the more we embrace our diversity, the
Hmm.
more we'll be united, and then the more we will prosper together, and we will make this nation what our founding fathers
Hmm.
intended to be the most powerful nation in the whole world.
Agree. And the diversity, the diversity of thought, uh, and the perspective that we share as far as Americans is concerned, that is something that we should take into account whenever we joined the society, of the American culture. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Utah County. Yeah, I've heard a couple of stories, to that nature, down in Utah County, and it makes me very sad, because I mean, we're not here to invade. We're not here to make the language Spanish. We are here, and it's our responsibilities as Americans to adopt the language, because it is the language of the United States, and it's the official. Yes, we can talk and speak Spanish, privately, or to somebody, or to practice, or anything like that, and that's okay, but then, again, the language of the American society is the English language, and we are here to blend in, and we are here to really be part of the society.
You made me remember one thing. Some years ago, it was 1997 when I became U.S. citizen. The judge that presided over the ceremony, uh, he says something very, 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 very awesome. He says, "I want to welcome all of you to this wonderful nation." He says, "And if you pay attention, something amazing is going to happen within the next few minutes." And then he instructed one of his assistants to pass the microphone. He says, "Right now, every one of you will have your chance to exercise your first right, the freedom of speech.
Mm,
So grab the microphone and say whatever you want to say. Or you can say wherever you came from. You can give a speech, whatever you want to do. You have your 1 2 minutes and say anything you want." And it was
mm.
awesome because the microphone went through every single one of us that were being sworn in as U.S. citizens.
Wow.
And yes, you could see the flavor of diversity in
Hmm.
that room. And he says, if you realize now, at the end, he says, if you realize now, there is about 21 different nations represented right now in this room. But out of these 21, we're making one. All of you spoke English. All of you are proud to be today American citizens. It says, "Welcome to the United States. Now make your contribution." Wow, I had tears in my eyes.
Wow.
Sometimes I get teared up every time I say that. But it was an awesome moment, and that is exactly what makes me proud to be in the United States. That's why I'm so outspoken, so passionate about
Good.
getting involved and speaking up against all of these labels, because that's what we need to be. We need to be united, and we need to be representative of the United States. Our ethnic origin, national origin, hey, that is great. I love and treasure those memories, my origin,
Mhm.
my roots. I treasure them so much. But I absolutely love this nation, and I will speak English. Will be identified as Arturo Morales, a man, um, for as long as I can breathe, because that's who I am, and that's what we do.
Yeah, exactly. That is fantastic, and I salute you, for these words, and these perspectives. And like I said, you're an amazing patriot. We've known each other for a while, and we work together, and everything. And yeah, you definitely are a great example of great immigrants here that come and are successful. Thank you so much for this. And you talk about our roots, as Hispanics. We bring to America great perspectives. The perspective of the family, the perspective of the religions. The Hispanics are very religious in nature. and the perspective of morality, and because that's how we were raised, as in Latin America. Obviously, there's still lots of things that happen down there. I mean, it's the same everywhere, but the main perspective of conservatism, that's something that we come from. That's something that we bring a lot to the table. And Hispanics here in America, that's what they bring. They are conservatives. They just don't know that they are. And the left. I just hate it. That they try to portray something else, and they try to manipulate the minds of Hispanics through the media, that they're hated, and they want them to change and things like that. That's what you mentioned earlier about the left really manipulating the minds of those to join their movement and their perspectives and everything like that. I've seen on social media a lot, in Univision and in other parts of Mexico, that they're trying to push that Latinx agenda. The perspective of the LGBTQ plus. Um, and a lot of people criticize that. If you would see the comments about it, people are tired. Hispanics are tired. I'm like, can you get that out of my face?
Yeah.
Can you?
You remember a couple of years ago, I believe, when Joe Biden was running for president, and he made a comment something like, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black enough." Like, wait a minute. Again, that is exactly the problem. We are not breakfast tacos. We are not Cinco de Mayo. We are not guacamole guys. You know? Can you please look at me as a human being? That's it.
No.
Don't assign me a label. Don't assign me a suffix that is gender neutral. Assign
Exactly.
me the value of a human being. My name is Arturo Morales, and I am an American.
Excellent. Woo, yeah. I applaud you. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Arturo, for being here in this show. I do appreciate all of your insights. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. And remember, you are watching The Nacho Show, and we'll see you next time.